Your business is worth nothing unless you delegate. But the art of delegating is probably the most important thing you can learn as a videographer. You're going to be stuck in freelance world if you do not learn how to delegate when you grow your business. My name is Alex Trevino. I'm the owner of AMT Media. I've been a business owner in the videography space for over 7 years now. And I've taken my business from 5 to 6K a month in monthly recurring revenue to over 25,000 plus in recurring revenues in less than 1 year. And I've seen it all. I've hired the wrong people. I've delegated the wrong tasks. I've delegated too early. I've delegated too late. I've screwed over clients. I've been screwed over by clients. I've seen it all in these last 7 years. And what I want to help you with in this video is to give you an exact framework on when to hire and who to hire. Because you're told all the time, oh, you got to hire, you got to hire, you got to hire. But nobody ever tells you exactly who, or they don't tell you exactly when. So I hope this video solves that problem for you so you can see exactly what I did that worked for me, that I know will work for you, on who to hire and when to hire. So what I've done here in this video is I've broken it down into 3 different categories. They're all price-based, obviously, or revenue-based. 10K a month, 17,500 a month, 25,000 a month. Because these are the 3 benchmarks that you hit where you're going to need someone else to help solve the problem for you within your business. And you're also going to have enough recurring cash flow to help pay that person so you're not bleeding money every single month like I do. So we're going to start with 10K a month, all right? First person you're going to hire, the very first person you're going to hire, you're going to hire this person right here. You're going to hire an editor. And you're not just going to hire any editor because you're only making $10,000 a month. You're not going to be able to hire a full-time editor. Because I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, oh, like I got so much money right now. I'm so busy all the time. I got to offload something. It's going to be the editor, but it's not going to be who you think. You're not going to hire domestically because domestically a good editor is going to charge you like 60, 70% of that. As we all know, anybody who's been in this space, editing is the most difficult person to hire. And as a business owner, especially in video, editing is the thing that takes up the most amount of your time. Right now, when you're growing your business, that's what you're doing. You're growing your business. How do you grow your business being an editor? You don't, right? You can't be stuck in a room all day, every day for an entire week editing client projects when it is your job to grow your business. So that's why it's such an important person to delegate, hand off as soon as possible. You're not going to hire just any Joe Schmo you see walking down the street. You're not going to hire an American editor because you can't afford them at 10K a month. You're going to hire international and overseas. And look, there's a lot of opportunities out there on how to find international and overseas editors. There's Fiverr, there's Facebook groups, there's Freelancer, there's all kinds of places. And there's also a lot of ways to do it where it's not the correct way, or it's not the right way. You're not going to get good value. So you have to take the time and be very patient when you hire editors. What I did that worked really well for me is I put a bunch of notices all over the place. Facebook, Freelancer, Upwork, you name it, I was there. I had over 150 to 200 applicants to hire a full-time editor. Then what I did there is I screened them out, I interviewed them, I tested them, I invested a little bit of money to pay them to recreate edits for me. Out of there, I weeded out so many editors. I had my select few, and then from there, I had them edit projects for me. And then we worked on those kinks. And then after that, once they were fully ingrained in how I operated my own content, then I started giving them a simple client, another simple client, another client, to then working towards actually being able to edit for very high-end clients. So it wasn't something that I just said, today I'm going to hire an editor, tomorrow they're going to work for me. No, it is a process. It took me a couple months to really figure out the editor, the onboarding, the training, the stress testing, all of that, but it was incredibly worth it. And you do realize you do have enough time to figure that out. You're not in a hurry, you're not in a rush. Don't rush to get an editor who's a bad editor, because that's going to actually do you more damage than if you would have spent time hiring a good editor. So take the time to get to know your editors, know them well, know them personally, give them specific edits to edits that they are capable of editing, make sure that they communicate well, make sure that they understand projects, make sure that they can reach out to you for any questions or comments, and make sure communication is really strong. Your editor is going to be a very important hire for you. You hire them right here. So now that you have your editor, you're running, you're going from 10K, you make another 7,500 a month in recurring. You're super excited, but you're also overwhelmed. And why are you overwhelmed? It's because you are managing all of your projects by yourself. You didn't figure out the hint right there. You figured out who you're going to hire at 17.5K, almost 18,000 a month. You're going to hire this person. Project manager, right? And what does the project manager do? Well, everything you're doing, right? Communicating with your clients, say, hey, here's your project, here's where it's due, here's where we're at with it, come to me with any questions you have. You're also communicating with the editor saying, hey, editor, the client wants this, this, and that, get that done. You're also checking up on the editor saying like, dude, we're in the edits, it's due tomorrow. You're going back to the client and saying, like, hey, edits are due tomorrow. That stuff overwhelms your brain because you carry it all in here and you have a system or a person in place to do that for you. So when you get to the 17.5K mark, that is when you bring in your project manager. That is when you bring in somebody that you can train, that gets to know the ins and outs of the business, how it works, and be able to say things like, hey, editor, this project is due tomorrow. Where is it? Why don't we have it yet? And then communicate that to the client as well. Managing the client expectations, making sure that the editor has everything they need. All of those things that have to happen with a project the moment you stop shooting to delivering to a client, get that off your head, get that out of your brain, get that off of a Google sheet and into a person that you trust, that you train, that can then take your projects that the editor gives and take them to the finish line for you. It's a very important hire, but the problem that I see a lot of people do is they hire this person first before they hire this person. And that can cause a lot of mistakes. The reason why that's going to be such a mistake of hiring this person first is because this person cannot provide value to you unless this person has a lot of work. So you have to get the work first, and then you have to delegate project management. Problem that a lot of people run into is they hire this person way too early and they end up spending more than they need to on projects that don't even exist. So make sure you wait to hire your project manager until you get to about here, the 17.5K mark. And so a couple more things about the project manager role. Number one, you can easily hire this person straight out of college, in college as an intern, and grow them into this role. It's something that you can kind of really train and grow into the role. So you can hire a project manager, let's say part-time or as part of an internship in college, and have them work with you on 1 client, 2 clients, 4 clients, 5 clients, until they can become a full-time role with you because you have so many clients that they can manage for you. So it's definitely something that you don't have to say, hey, I got to pay them full-time. You can bring them in as an intern. You can bring them in as a recent college grad who's looking for a foothold in this space while they're getting their MBA, while they're exploring other options. It's a great way to bring someone in part-time that can grow into the role as you grow your business as well. Another thing that happened with me when I was going through, this experience was I was getting a lot of churn with clients. And the reason why I was getting a lot of churn, losing clients month to month, was because I didn't have somebody checking in on them and just checking in and seeing how they're doing. I wasn't able to check in on their success, check in on how they're doing, check in on the things they need, lacking communication with clients. So what do clients do? They think you hate them. So what are they going to do when they think you hate them? They fire you. So this project manager role is so important in keeping clients because clients are going to feel the love that you don't have the time to give them anymore. But it's okay because someone in your team is reaching out and connecting with them on a daily or weekly basis. So when you get to 25,000, right, that's a massive number. That's a big number. That's about 250, 300,000 a year. So when you get here, this is when you hire somebody who's a lot of fun to work with. And it is this person. Your clone. Person who can literally do exactly what you do. What are the things that you bring to the business? What are the things that you bring to the table that you simply need to do more of? Because what you realize throughout this whole experience, all you're doing is doubling down on what you're good at and what sells. You're not looking to be a marketing agency. You're not looking to build websites. You're not looking to do SEO. You're not looking to, do all that stuff that you're going to be tempted to do as a way to grow your business. The way you're going to grow your business is to simply do more of what you're doing and just do it better and better and better. So that's why this clone is so important. That's a mistake that I made. I thought I had to go start building websites. I thought I had to start building an SEO system. I thought I had to bring in somebody who was the complete opposite of me to bring things to the table that I was not capable of. I messed up in those ways. And what I ended up doing that ended up really growing my business was literally finding somebody who was just like me 10 years ago. And so I brought that person in this summer. They've been a massive benefit to my business because what they've allowed me to do is go from the beginning of the summer when we had 15 clients to now having almost 50 clients that we're serving in less than 3 months. It's an insane amount of growth. It's an insane amount of volume, and it's really led to a lot of growth in the business and a lot of general excitement because now the beauty of having the clones here at 25K is all we have to do now to grow this business to like 50, I'm going to write it so terribly, I'm so sorry, but 50K plus, all we have to do here, we have the team in place. So now all you have to do, hire another editor, bring in another editor. Right now, my team and I, we're at 4 editors. 2 of them are full-time, 2 of them are part-time. We have project manager. We're bringing in another project manager intern to help the project manager. And then this clone, have we maximized his time yet? No, we haven't. So we're going to give him more hours. And so all of that effort and all of that energy leads to that 50K plus a month. And so once you get to this 25K where you bring in your clone, literally somebody who does exactly what you do. For example, I shoot a lot of videos for clients that don't require a whole lot of time, energy, or effort. This clone, he's learning how to shoot exactly the way I shoot so that he can spend time shooting clients, give them the same value and the same quality that I give them, so that I can spend the most time possible doing what drives the most business and the most value into my business, which is marketing and sales. That is where I am the most valuable. Right now, that is where I'm completely irreplaceable. And that's where I need to be spending the majority of my time is marketing, doing videos like this one, posting on social media, reaching out to people, going to networking events, hitting people up on DMs, setting meetings, setting proposal, closing deals. That's where I bring the most value. And that's why this person is so important, because this person takes over all the other things that I've been doing that I shouldn't be doing anymore. Who thinks like me, acts like me, anticipates things like me, and can really be trusted to handle the work so that I can go out and grow the business. All right. So here's the framework to go from when you get your 10K to who to hire to grow the business. 10K, 17.5, 25K. I'm going to give you two things here that you need to also keep in mind. Number one, these aren't exact numbers. In your business, in your line of work, in your market, in what you offer, it could be a little higher, it could be a little lower. Let's say your cost of living is only $2,000 a month. It's very easy to be able to hire somebody at 8K a month, 7.5K a month. So don't take these numbers as the straight up, the gospel truth. These can fudge a little bit, but you have to make sure that you know your numbers extremely well. These are the numbers that existed for me that made sense to hire these people out. They can be very different from you, but at least it gives you a framework of when to hire and, more importantly for me, who to hire. Like I said earlier in the video, big mistake people make is they hire this person first and then this person and then this person. So they flip all this. And what ends up happening is you don't have enough business to be able to pay these people. So you really, shoot yourself in the foot. This should always be the first person you hire. This is the second person, then the third person. Another thing that I do want to bring up before this video ends is building a business should be a lot of fun. It should be a joyous thing. It should be something that you get up every day and you're excited to do it, hit it hard, and you want to spend as much time as possible in your day just enjoying it. So make sure you're hiring people with good character, good values, good morals, people that you can trust, people that you have a good time being around, because you're building your baby, you're building this thing. You don't want to have to waste time, interacting with people in negative ways, in criticizing people, in judging people, in going back and correcting things, or just going home and being like, this really sucks. My own business that I own, hate running it. That's a very sad place to be. So always make sure you're hiring well, you're hiring based on character, you're hiring based on trust, that there are people that you can delegate to. They might not be the most great quality people that you bring in, but you know what? You can trust them with your life. And that's going to be a big part of growing this business, is putting the business in the right hands by hiring the right people. So always make sure when you're hiring your people, hire well, hire with good character, take your time. I think that's where I want to end this video, is you have more time. Yes, you got to rush. Yes, you got to be fast. Yes, you got to set goals kind of unrealistically in limited time. You do have more time than you think. Like an editor, you're not going to bring him in today and they're going to start delivering for your clients tomorrow. It's not how it works. You got to train them, you got to test them, you got to grow them. And it's a process that can take a couple of months. Same thing with your project manager. Like for me, I lived with all this information in my brain for 6-7 years. And then I brought a project manager. How am I expected to take all that information and give it to somebody to just employ the next day? This is going to take time. And if your clone actually ends up being the easiest person to bring in, because you're bringing in somebody who thinks like you, acts like you, walks like you, talks like you, literally is you 10 years ago. So it's very easy to mold this person. This is actually the easiest hire out of these three in the clone, because you have to hire this person based on exactly the person you were 10 years ago, because it becomes in such an easy fit into the business. So all that to say, don't worry too much about when you're hiring, who you're hiring. You're going to feel it out in your business. When you do, you'll know when it's the right fit. When you talk to enough editors, you talk to enough college students, recent grads, you know your clone when you find them. Like, you got to be so confident in who you're looking for. And hopefully what I gave you here is just an exact roadmap on when to look for them. So hope this video helped. Leave me a comment if you have any questions for me. I'd love to answer any questions you have and help you out in any way I can. Hope this video helped.